Welcome to an edition of MOJOPOD with me, Joey.
Amanda.
And Robbie.
And today, we're doing something a little different today, because normally we talk about all sorts of crazy things. But today, we're going to be talking about probably one of the greatest TV shows of all time. Probably one of the most super kick-ass sci-fi shows ever to come out on British television. And for those of you who probably know where this is going, you'll probably I pretty much gave you a clue already since I just
God damn it, it's
British.
Doctor Who, alright? Taking too long.
Yep. So today we're talking about Doctor Who. And so today I brought my good friends Manda and Ravi. Now, I decided to bring you both into this because for two reasons. One, for Manda, the reason why I brought you to this podcast is because, one, you're the one who got me into Doctor Who in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
And Ravi, I picked Ravi because I got you into Doctor Who.
I still hate you. You told me after the 10th Doctor died. Seriously?
So, that's the thing with me. I decided, this is like a whole branch thing. I thought, you know what? For the Doctor Who episode for MOJOPOD, why not bring Manda and Ravi to this? Because, it's like a little branch. It's like a little chain reaction saying Manda got me to Doctor Who and Ravi got me to Doctor Who.
It's a disease.
It's like a disease. It is like a virus. It is like a disease almost. Oh my god. So now for those of you who don't know what Doctor Who is probably one of the most longest running sci-fi television shows of television history. It is the story about a Time Lord from a different planet who travels through time and space, with a companion going on adventures. Now, what's cool about Doctor Who is that it could take place anytime, anywhere. So, if you want to do an episode where cavemen get attacked by zombies, sure, you can do it because you can travel back in time to go there. And or if you want to do an episode where Queen Elizabeth gets attacked by werewolves, you can do that. Yeah, you can do that.
She was not amused.
She wasn't amused at all. She wasn't amused. Or if you want to do an episode where they go to the future, you can do that too, because the show's about time travel. Now, one quick cool. Now, about a little brief history is that it started out in the '60s, and but what's interesting about the show is that how we have James Bond, how there's like 6 different people who play like James Bond or something.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now for Doctor Who though, since it's been going on since the '60s, they've had at least 11 actors playing Doctor Who or the Doctor,
Mm-hmm.
and now when you're watching James Bond, it's like, oh, it's a different actor but same guy. So it's not like we just it's like we turn in coffee the other way and just pretend, oh, different guy. But for Doctor Who though, they at least create something for him where it's like, oh, he can regenerate. So every time he regenerates, he's a same person, just different personality. So that's pretty much my whole spiel on Doctor Who. So now
That's one thing though, like in one of the stories they said that he's going to regenerate. He has only 13 regenerations and he's on the 11th one right now.
yeah,
So he probably has only 2 more left before he dies.
yeah,
Yeah, we kind of discussed that a little before.
yeah. But what we
Help me, goddamn.
You couldn't attend that bit.
Sorry.
What were you saying about that, man? About the
Well, I mean, there's a lot of lore, and especially like this, we're mainly talking about the New Who series, which is after 2005, and I believe it was 12. Are you sure it's 13? I thought it was 12 regenerations.
I think it was. Well, I know there was going to be 13 totals. I think maybe 12 regenerations.
I don't know, either way. So that's to the old Who. So they're thinking, like, I don't know if it's going to be different with the new Who. Also, he was possibly limited by some rules that were set on Gallifrey, his home planet, anyway. But also something with the TARDIS, that the essence of the TARDIS can possibly make him go beyond that. That's all, like, fan lore. Honestly, no one really knows.
You know
If
what?
it's going to stick to that.
One thing I'm thinking is, remember that one episode where River Song gets injured and then, no, the Doctor gets injured and then River Song just like heals her?
Uh-huh.
Maybe and then he's like, she used all her lives for him. Maybe he gets those extra lives too. I mean, like,
That's possible. I mean, they could they've been throwing so much out there. I mean, that could be possible.
Yeah, they always create new stuff for those things.
Yeah, like the Time War, where we don't know exactly what happened, but they keep referencing and a lot of crap happened.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So I got a question for both of you guys. I'm pretty sure I'm definitely gonna get the same answer from both of you guys because I already know the answer for you two guys. But okay, so who's your favorite Doctor?
Tenth.
Tenth.
David Tennant.
Come on, man.
My first.
Yeah, he's my. So pretty much for all three of us, our favorite Doctor is pretty much David Tennant.
Well, you never forget your first Doctor.
That is true. You don't. So all right, now for you two guys, who's your favorite companions, or who's your favorite companion?
Captain Jack.
Captain Jack.
Captain Jack.
Okay, I guess if you're gonna go that way, yeah, Jack Harkness is awesome. Also, I got to see him at C2E2 briefly last year.
Nice.
Oh, come on.
Nice.
Well, I got to shake his hand. I didn't pay $40 for a signature.
I would pay $40 for a signature.
Oh,
Captain Jack,
that
man.
was so long. But if we're sticking to like the solid companions, initially I just was thinking of the girls because I really like Donna Noble.
Yeah.
But also I like Rory.
Oh, Rory. Oh.
I would have to think more, but initially Donna,
Yeah.
fellow ginger. And she was older. She wasn't really, not saying the other ones were sex appeal, but she was just a little bit more older and wiser. Yeah, they have the other ones be clever.
And she was funny too.
Yeah, she was genuinely funny, and she was also like a hard hitter.
Yeah.
I mean, the first episode you meet her, she's getting effing married.
Yeah.
Stepped into the TARDIS, and she's like yelling at him, like, "What the hell's wrong with you? Get me to my wedding. I need to get married."
He's like, "What the hell is this girl doing with
Yeah.
my TARDIS?"
So she's just got so much personality. She was only there for one season, and she was just full of surprises. And
Well, for
I really
the
liked her.
for the new series, a lot of the companion, well, except for Rose, yeah, for Martha and
and Donna.
yeah, Martha and Donna, they were only there for like one season.
Yeah, but then Amy broke that rule too.
Yeah, Amy broke the rule. Amy was there for like 2.5.
She was there for-
Amy pulled the David Tennant. She kind of just stuck there and stayed.
Yeah.
Even
No.
though like he let her go, she came back. It's like okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then and then Rose was there for like two seasons.
And she came back during one or two episodes.
Yeah. I also like Donna. Now, okay.
I have to say my opinion too.
Well, what's your-
Well, if we're gonna stay in like that main order, then Captain Jack doesn't count. I would say I like Martha.
You like Martha?
Yeah.
A lot of people don't like Martha. I don't know why people don't like Martha. I like Martha.
She was in Torchwood and did something in Torchwood I don't like.
What? Really? What'd
Yeah,
she
she
do?
was briefly in Torchwood. She. Are we gonna start a Torchwood tangent, or I could summarize this up?
You don't have
Just
Just
she
summarize it.
changes, and you know how like David Tennant was like the whole no guns, no this.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, she did start carrying a gun around.
Oh yeah, and also with the Donna Noble series, like she was in the plot to like destroy the Earth with like
Yeah.
the Secret Service organization, but she just slightly became a tool, and she was only there briefly for one episode.
Oh, I see.
I'm thinking okay, the planet's alignment, Daleks steal the Earth to create the abysmal destruction machine.
Maybe something
Okay, yeah,
similar.
I messed that up. That's part of Doctor Who, not Torchwood.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, that
Okay,
was
yeah.
Doctor.
Yeah, that part. That's what I didn't like, that she deviated and did that.
Right. Yeah. Well.
Even
But
though my favorite episode is with her in it. Blink with
Oh.
the Angels.
Oh, a lot.
Stands is my favorite episode.
A lot of people love that. A lot of people love Blank. That's actually going for our next question. For you guys, who's your favorite Doctor Who villain?
There's just so many.
Like who do you like? Which villain do you love watching them make an appearance in? Whenever there's an episode about them, you get excited to watch something.
Well, okay, talking reoccurring, like Dalek, Cyberman, Master, or like any.
You could do both if you want. You could choose any villain you want.
I don't know if this counts as a villain, but when he's like pushing the limits of the time-space continuum, and it kind of comes back to biting him in the ass. like when he takes Rose and she saves her father, and the church is deteriorating.
Oh yeah.
And when
The
he
Father's
goes,
Day episode.
yeah, and then when he goes to Mars and he's like, should I really rescue these people? They're meant to die, and then he does.
Mhm.
And I guess this doesn't really fully fall into it, but I guess the whole, like, there was a structure to time space, but that whole black hole thing, and there was like a floating island, and
Mhm.
there was that demon like below, or the
Yeah.
devil, whatever. He was like some very evil being,
Mhm.
but it's just like you get a sense of there's a higher order, a higher power. I
Yeah.
mean, not saying like religiously,
Mhm.
but just like that there's set rules, and that's interesting. to
Like
me.
like a supernatural being almost.
Yeah.
And like spacey, sci-fi supernatural wise.
Yeah, sippy stuff.
Sippy stuff. How about you, Robbie?
Um,
I think I know the answer to this, but
in the episode Midnight, that one being that we don't know what it is.
Oh God.
Like we don't know. Like she just appears and takes over that one girl. What was her name? Sky.
Yeah.
like when they start repeating everything
Yeah,
everyone
like
sings.
slowly. Like first they say something, she repeats it, then she starts copying David Tennant,
Yeah.
and then she says it first, and then David Tennant copies. Like that was my favorite. Like that creeped me. I was like, and then it's like she's not known. Like she's the only. That thing was like the only bad guy that the doctor doesn't know what it is. Like he
Right.
had no idea what it is.
Yeah, because the doctor, he's been everywhere, so he would know every single kind of alien species. And if it's new to him, depending on which generation it is, it fascinates him. Like
Yeah.
when they first meet the Ood, it's like, oh, it's an Ood. Or if they meet the Centaurians, it's like, oh, the Centaurians.
Yeah, like, and he knew who they were.
Yeah.
Like all the bad guys, he knew what they were, or eventually found out what they were. But this one, even till the end, even to this day, we don't know what it is.
Yeah.
It just happened, and then like it freaked him out. Like you can even see the end of the episode, like it freaked him out a lot.
Yeah.
So that was my favorite one.
Yeah.
Okay. And I guess I could think of a reoccurring one.
No,
that
yeah.
hit me.
Yeah, for the recurring villains.
Angels.
Oh
But-
yeah.
I have to say I stick with the blink logic.
Yeah, not
because-
the Daleks take Manhattan one.
No,
Yeah,
no,
Angels.
the Angels take Manhattan, whatever. The one they meet River, and she's like architecture something. They find a ship,
Oh, that
and there's
isn't
like
Timey?
that air oxygen factory that's like a forest, and they have like Amy just close her eyes and pretend that she can see because she can't open her eyes for a long explanation of reasons.
Mhm.
And you see the angels in statue form, but they move. That killed it for me. That whole like you
Oh.
don't see it happening
Mhm.
because it's like you blink, you're dead. Well, not dead, but you're screwed.
Right. Because like for the angels, for the weeping angels, they're like if you do blink, if once they touch you, they send you back in time and they eat and they pretty much devour all the energy that you could have created in the
Yeah,
future.
potential energy in a weird sense.
Yeah.
They kill you nicely.
Yeah, the only being that can kill you nicely. So, and what's up? What else?
Well, and then they added like kind of another ability. That's with the blink logic, and then with the oxygen factory spaceship episode. I can't remember the name, but they could like rip out people's essence and like talk through them, and that just was weird. That was like I didn't even know what was going on.
Uh-huh.
I like the whole like you didn't quite see it; it was assumed, but I didn't
Yeah.
know that they're talking through the other people. It's weird.
The dad said, "I'm Angel Bob." I'm Angel Bob. How about you, Robbie? Who's your favorite recurring villain? I think I know what it is, but because I remember when he first appeared, you were like, "I love this guy, Joey. This guy's awesome."
Ah, the master. Yeah,
Is it the Master?
it's the master.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. He just seems so psychotic and like so cool at the same time, like so calm and collective and smart.
Mhm.
And like he succeeded basically. He
Yeah.
did succeed.
Uh-huh.
The only thing he didn't account for was Martha.
Right.
That's what I liked about him. Like he succeeded.
Mhm.
He died for her, but then he came back. Like,
Yeah.
And he almost succeeded coming back if his wife didn't get in the way.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that.
Oh.
I'm just joking. I'm just joking. I'm gonna
Actually,
get so much hate for this later on.
it'll be fine. It's okay. It's okay. I'm pretty sure you.
It was a joke, people. Get over it. Okay?
Actually, did you ever for the Master? Did you ever? All right, this is probably gonna be a shot in the dark, but have any of you watched like any classic Doctor Who episodes?
I have seen a handful, but the only one I've seen with the Master is that spoof with Mr. Bean as the Doctor.
Oh God!
That's the only time I've seen the Master with the old Who. So I've only seen it.
I've seen that. That's awesome. Okay,
I
so
haven't
yeah.
seen that. I have to see that now.
Oh,
Yeah,
geez,
we'll,
after
we'll,
this.
we'll show you after this. It's really funny. It's pretty much Rowan Atkinson is the Doctor, and the guy, this one British actor, keep forgetting his name. He's in a lot of Terry Gilliam movies. He plays the Master. It's pretty funny, but he's a lot different in the old series than he is in the new series. Like remember how he's Professor Yana before he regenerates to the Master?
Yeah.
Like when he's an old creepy man, like
You are not alone.
What?
You are
not alone, Yana. Pretty much, that's how the original Masters acted like. He acted like an old, shrivelly old man, like, I don't get you, Doctor, and all that stuff. So,
And then he turned into a slightly hot blonde guy,
slightly hot blonde guy.
who was actually a reused actor from another episode.
Really? Oh, that's
Well, that's the same thing with
Station-
Amy and like the new
yeah,
companion.
that's right. A lot of the
Well, Amy had a lot of makeup on. You couldn't recognize her.
that's true. A lot that's
That's something the BBC does. Like,
that they do.
Yeah.
That's because
they kill actors off and they bring them back.
yeah.
Come on,
Actually,
it's time travel.
Actually,
It
what's
really
what's
was.
interesting is that for the classic Doctor Who episodes, I found out the Sixth Doctor was a minor character in one of the earlier episodes of the Fifth Doctor. And I was because when I was watching because I have also only watched like an armful of classic Doctor Who episodes, and so far my favorite Doctors are so far the fifth and seventh one, and so the fifth one's the one in the Time Crash episode where the guy with the celery,
Yeah.
Wibbly Wobbly Timey Whimy.
Kind of broke the whole rule about not being able to touch your past self, but okay.
But hey,
Well,
He's the
was
Doctor.
he was in between time, so
well,
he's fine.
and plus it was a special for charity, so
Oh yeah, it was a children need special. I like those.
yeah, those
They're
are fun.
cute.
Those are fun. But I'll tell you something funny about the children need thing in a second. So in one of the fifth Doctor episodes, the guy who played the Sixth Doctor, he was playing like a Time Lord policeman in one of the original in one of the early episodes of the Fifth Doctor. I'm just like, wait a minute, is that the Sixth Doctor? I looked at IMDb. I went, holy shit, he's one of those guys who he was an episode before he comes back again. So yeah.
Did he get his ass handed to him?
I don't remember. It was just yeah. He was a dick. All I remember was he was a huge dick in the episode.
Whatever.
Yeah. But for the Children Need episode, there was this one they did which was really, really dumb. It was pretty much the first 7 Doctors all together in one. Well, no, actually, it was the third Doctor to 7 because the first 2 were dead at the time.
Oh, they were old when they started.
That's true, yeah, because the first 3 Doctors were kind of old when they started out, and so it was pretty much the third Doctor through 7th Doctor, and they're all fighting this one old Doctor Who villain, and they're all it's just them running around London. That's what the whole episode was.
I must have missed that one.
It's an older one. It was in like in the 80s.
Well, I mean, it was an older Children in Need episode.
Yeah, it was an old.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, way beyond that.
It's all right. It's all good. Now here's another interesting question. Who's for you guys? Who's your least favorite companion?
Mine is Rose.
Rose?
Yeah. I don't know, she was just such a big damsel in distress. Like, she got pretty badass when in the whole Medusa cascade stuff, but
Yeah.
she was just such a huge damsel in distress. It just, I don't know, I didn't like it.
Yeah.
And like, I was just tired of it after a while. It was fine at first, but then I just thought she was pretty useless after a while,
Mhm.
and like that's why I like Martha and Donna because they actually like Donna, she can take a punch and she can punch back,
Mhm.
and Martha she was clever, she could like think of ways to get out.
Mhm.
And Rose like she just stood there and waited to get rescued.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I guess similar with Rose. Also, I started out with the third season, first episode being Blink, and then I finished up with Martha. And my first introduction to her sort of was through that Brotherhood of Blood. That weird episode where Martha was undercover and the doctor was like just writing about Rose in this journal, and I'm like, who's Rose? Who's Rose? And then I go back and I meet her, and I'm like, who is this chick? She's got this boyfriend. She's hanging around with the doctor. She's going around, and then at the end of it, she ends up on like the parallel universe where her boyfriend Mickey replaces the Ricky, and then she gets her own doctor later on, and it's like, okay, I still like she got her dad. She's with her dad, and she almost fucked up the entire time-space continuum
Because
with
of-
the church thing and wanting to save him, but he can't be saved because that's part of the way the time-space continuum should go. And
It's like
Basically, she was selfish. Yeah, right.
yeah.
she
she was-
was
Yeah, and-
selfish.
Now I think, yeah, and in fact, she was kind of a little selfish. I can see that, like in the Cybermen episode, where she's like, I gotta see what my dad looks like in this dimension. She's like, no, you don't want to see what your dad looks like. And then it turns out Rose in the Cyber,
She like sneaks around and
yeah, but she's a dog. In the Cybermen universe, she's a dog.
Yeah.
Because the mom's still alive, just a dog. It's just they have a pet dog named Rose.
yeah, and also I didn't like her mom.
You don't like her mom?
Like when he first is
yeah, she's like,
regenerating.
when
first
yeah.
regenerated, and in the end you find out he just needed like some tea,
Yeah.
but she's like, oh, how can I help you? How can I help you? What do you need? This and that. Can I get you this? And he's like trying to get the words out. Like that just annoyed the crap out of me. It's like, woman, shut up.
Well, she's a
Yeah.
That's how a lot of mothers are.
she's a concerned mommy. She's a concerned momsy.
No, I think she was just there for like humor and stuff.
Yeah, for comic relief.
Yeah.
So for both of you, Rose would be your least favorite companion.
From what I've seen so far, yeah.
Yeah.
I just got tired of her after the first season.
Yeah. Well, for me, I like all for the new companions for the new series. I like all the companions. Amy, I was getting sick and tired of after her third season. I was just like, okay, go away. But for me, this is once again going back to the classic Doctor Who episodes. There's one companion that I did not like. There was this boy named Adric. He was like this little teenage boy who was annoying. He was just like annoying. This little prick who tried to impress the Doctor because he thinks he's so smart. He's like, oh look, Doctor, I can do this. No, you can't do that, Doctor. You gotta do something like this. It's like, kid, shut up. And he was with the Doctor for a long time. I mean, he dies eventually, but I mean, and it's just like this kid was just annoying as fuck, and it sucks too because he's in some of my favorite episodes of the Fifth Doctor, and but I mean, for me that's my least favorite companion. But for the new series, I could see how you guys don't like Rose. I don't hate her. I don't hate Rose.
Yeah, I don't hate her. Just
same
I
here.
don't-
It's just like she's annoying, dude. She
Yeah.
got annoying after a while.
She's just my least favorite because she dragged Mickey around.
Yeah,
you
drag
know?
Mickey around.
At least with Amy, with the Rory thing. Like,
Rory
yeah,
was cool.
Yeah, she threw herself on the Doctor and they kissed, but she went back to Rory and she was honest and loyal.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, not
Until they got divorced and
No, she
decided.
was still loyal.
No,
to him
that
after-
Yeah.
so that turned out being because she couldn't have kids.
Yeah, that was depressing.
But yeah, he spent 2,000 years with her.
Yeah, yeah, Rory's awesome. Rory's a good boyfriend. But for Amy, I was just getting kind of sick of her after. That's why so right now we're waiting for the finishing conclusion of the 7th season coming up on in March. So
it's coming up in March. It's ending in May, isn't it?
no, it's coming up later on this month.
I know it's coming up later on this month. Well, when does it end?
I don't
I
know.
don't know. You want to Google it?
I could. I'm just scared that we might lose the recording.
Alright, fine, I'll use my phone.
iPhone
Not
to
too
the
much
rescue.
You guys talk. I'm out now.
All right, but for this new season, I the only episode that I like is Asylum of the Daleks. That was the only episode that got my attention. I did not like Dinosaurs on a Spaceship.
I don't even remember that one too much.
It
I guess
was
I blocked it
stupid.
out.
You know how stupid it was? Around December, I was rewatching. I was trying to watch it again.
Oh.
My brother walked in on me watching it. My brother just goes, "What is this?" And I go, "What's Doctor Who?" He goes, "This show looks stupid." I'm like, "Thanks, episode. Thanks to you. My brother's never gonna watch Doctor Who now."
Yeah.
You got Triceratops chasing after golf balls.
Yeah, but damn it!
I think this was more for like appeal for like little kids, dude. You know, little kids like dinosaurs and race cars.
Dinosaurs, spaceships, yeah!
I don't know.
Hey, don't be hating on kids, man.
Hey, I'm not hitting on kids. I'm defensive when it comes to kids, but that was still a silly episode.
Yeah, I mean, it's Doctor Who. Every now and again, there's gonna be a silly episode.
I agree. There's in Doctor Who, even as intelligent as the show is, there are times where there'll be some silly moments.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Remember this? So like, I don't want to freak you out, but I kissed your girlfriend. I texted that to you, and you start freaking out like crazy.
Wait, what's that?
There was an episode where there was an episode where like you remember that episode, right?
Well, just tell me like which one it was, because I don't remember.
He gets Rory to come with them, and then they will go to like medieval times, and then like there's like vampire fish.
Oh, the vampire Venice.
The sexy vampire fish.
Sexy
yeah.
vampire.
Sexy vampire.
Oh,
Vampire
wait.
fish alien.
Are you talking about the pirate episode or the Vampires in Venice episode?
Vampires in Venice. That's what it's
Okay, because I was gonna say the there were no mermaids in the pirate episode.
called. Sexy vampire fish, not mermaids.
Okay, well, hey, look at Pirates of the Caribbean. If Pirates of the Caribbean can have vampire mermaids, then sure, why not?
Anyway,
Meanwhile,
It's pretty gay.
I don't want to. I vaguely remember. I guess I don't remember that particular scene, but he's had that honeymoon shirt on that entire time, which cracks me up.
So that we're-
Not honeymoon, a bachelor
Yeah.
party.
Stack party.
Yeah,
British
the
man,
shirt.
get it right.
Hey.
Whatever.
we say fries, they say chips. We say jail, they say yard.
Jail.
Oh, you want to go through the list? We got the torch. We got
Rubber.
a
Rubber.
lift.
Rubber is for eraser, yeah. A fag is a cigarette.
Yeah, fag is a cigarette. What else is there? God, what else is there? There's so many. There's a song on YouTube. There's a song called English to American. It's like let's see.
We're getting on a lot of tangents here. I thought we were sticking to the new Who. Jeez.
Yeah, we could be. We could
I blame
be.
Joey.
What's up?
I blame Joey.
Ah. Well, it's all British. Therefore, we could still be the same. You know what I mean?
Oh, you want to stay on the British stuff? Then should we talk about being human?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that show.
Yeah. Or maybe like. we did an episode of Monty Python, so.
So we have to stick to Doctor Who on this one then.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Just stay consistent. Come on.
That'd be fine. So
Can you tell who has ADD here?
So now. Excuse me. So
I really want to see you drunk one day, man. I really want.
you want to see me drunk one day?
Yeah. Well, no, not like last time.
No. Shh. So
That's
no. The listener's gonna be like, so what happened now? So going back to Doctor Who. Now, so there's actually there. Are you guys excited for what are you guys excited for what you think of what they're gonna do for the 50th anniversary? Are you excited for what of are you curious of what they want to do or what they're gonna do?
I didn't know that was coming up, but
Yes.
I'd be interested to see what they do.
Because they interviewed Christopher Eccleston, who was the Ninth Doctor, and he was all like, if they do a 50th anniversary, and if they ask me to do it, I'll definitely be up for it. Tom Baker, who was the Fourth Doctor, who's actually the most popular Doctor from the classic
The one
Doctor.
with the scarf.
Yeah, well,
you guys
because
don't know.
He's been
Yeah.
on for so long. That's why.
Yeah, he said he'll think about it. The fifth one, the guy with the celery, he said he'd do it. The seventh one said he'd be totally up for it. The sixth one said no, and I could,
Why?
well, because I don't know, because the sixth Doctor is the reason why the show got canceled, because he was only there for like 2 seasons, I think,
Mhm.
and then the seventh one was only there for 2 seasons because, or I don't know how many seasons they were in, because a lot of people did not like the sixth Doctor.
Why? What did he do?
Well, because he just wasn't. He was just psychotic, and he was just, he was just really mean. He was really, just. I think just people just didn't think he was popular enough. And then the seventh Doctor, who's actually, believe it or not, he's Radagast in the new Hobbit movie. He's the Brown Wizard. He's,
Brown Wizard. That sounds like a Bow movie.
um, so, but yeah, the seventh Doctor, he was succeeding again. He was really popular too, but then the show got canceled anyway. So
No, from what I read somewhere, like the producer at that time who did the Sixth Doctor purposely put like a doctor that no one would like, so the show would get canceled. But that's what I read, and it was online. So
there's some conspiracy going on here now.
yeah,
That's some
we're
crazy
probably gonna
conspiracy.
look this up later on.
Yeah, we got that. That's crazy stuff.
Yeah.
And then they tried to bring the show back in the '90s with that movie.
I have not seen the movie.
The movie is sad.
Yeah, Robbie's the only one here who saw the movie. So.
What?
Okay.
Oh come on, man! You guys have been here longer than me.
I haven't seen much of the old Who.
I've only seen parts of the movie, but I hear like they screw up with some continuity, like they say he's half human or something.
Yeah, like and then they said he's half human, and like they injected him with the anesthesia, and then tried to do some surgery on him, and then he died, like literally died. It took him like a long ass time to like to regenerate because of the anesthesia.
Uh-huh.
So like yeah, there was some incontinuity, but I mean it was okay. It wasn't superb. It wasn't good. It wasn't bad. It wasn't horrible, but it was okay.
Yeah, that's what I kind of heard about the movie. Also, I didn't seek it out. Like, it wasn't that good.
Yeah, but
And also, it's a new Doctor only for the movie.
How was the doctor in that?
it's hard to explain. Like the doctor was, he got thrown around a lot. Basically, that's
Really?
in my opinion. He, like, one thing I like about David Tennant all the time is like he was brilliant. Even though he was losing, he was actually like tricking you into thinking he's losing.
Yeah, he would always have a trick up his sleeve.
Yeah, basically. But this one, like, in my opinion, he was getting thrown around too much.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That's my opinion.
That's interesting. And then because the movie they were trying to bring back the show with the movie, but then that didn't do so well. And then finally, because that movie, I forgot, that movie came out like in 1995 or 1996, 97, so like mid 90s. And then finally, 2005, the show came back. With Christoph Eccleston.
Christopher Eccleston left too soon. Yeah, he should have stayed for
He
the
was
rest.
cool.
He didn't get along with the writer or the producer or something, and that's why he left.
Really? Is that why he left?
Yeah, I
I
can't.
liked him. He was really cool.
Yeah, he was very innovative and everything.
Yeah, like,
He was fun.
like, it went from like this.
Banana.
Bananas.
Bananas.
Yeah, no, like, it went from like a war-torn hero, like, with PTSD to like
Yeah.
a still war-torn hero, but like, a little bit better.
Yeah.
And then, like, now he's over it.
Yeah, it seems like he's over it now
Well,
with
yeah.
Matt Smith.
Yeah, Matt Smith. It was like
I think
Redo.
to me I don't hate Matt Smith. I think the reason why I think now the reason why they picked Matt Smith was because so the younger audience can go check him out because up to date now Matt Smith is now the youngest person to ever play the Doctor because originally it was the fifth Doctor, the guy with the celery, because before the fifth Doctor, the Doctor was either an old man or a middle-aged man.
well, they've been progressively making him younger.
Yeah, that is weird.
That's kind of a theme. Like, what was it? They kind of hinted at it when End of the Earth, like the Master was going crazy and the Doctor was with Donna's grandpa.
Yeah.
Something
That guy was awesome.
about being a scrungy old man and him getting younger. I think that I know he did during some point in the series, but I think that's when it was put in.
I think it must have been like blown past me or something. I don't remember anything with that.
That episode was kind of weird. That ending was kind of weird.
The
But
ending was
going back to Matt Smith, initially when I saw a picture of him, I didn't like him.
Yeah.
I did hold out to the first episode, but honestly, just his facial structure, I said this to you before, it reminded me of Twilight, and I was fearing they were trying to get the like Twilight audience into it, like, oh, I think he's hot. But honestly, like that brick face,
Yeah.
I don't find that attractive, but I do tend to get attracted more to personalities.
Yeah.
And after that first episode, fish sticks and custard, I'm hooked.
Oh yeah.
He passes for me.
Yeah. Because when they first announced the picture, I was like, oh god, he looks like Twilight.
Yeah.
Then when they interviewed him, he was like, when they announced that I was going to be the Doctor, I was flabbergasted. I was like, oh god, come on. And then finally when he regenerated, and that was he's like, oh, legs, I still got legs, mwah, good. Oh, hands, fingers. I was like, oh god, okay, now he's the Doctor. Yeah, I'm convinced he's the Doctor. I just for the newer for what's going on lately, I was getting sick of Amy. I was I didn't want her to.
She was coming and going, and she became a model. Oh, with Rory. Oh, with this, and it's like it was back and forth. Yeah, she got old.
Yeah, I was sick of it. I was sick of it. I was like, stop trying to.
Well, I think maybe they were like trying to look for a companion or something, so they tried to keep her till they found a new companion.
Right.
I guess, but the Doctor went on his own. He even picked up that one guy with the couch.
Greg.
Are you talking
What's his name
about
with the baby?
Greg.
that's his name, Greg?
Wasn't it Greg?
I think it was
I don't
Greg.
know. I'm horrible with names.
I
You know what? Just for this, I'm just gonna check really
No.
quickly. I'll check.
You're
Don't.
gonna ruin the
No. I'm not gonna ruin it. I'm not gonna
No.
ruin it. I'm not gonna ruin it. We're doing good. We're doing good. It's okay. We're doing good. We're doing good. Keep talking. Keep talking. Hold on. Doctor Who. Doctor Who.
Alright. We are officially not good.
No.
No.
We're doing a great
Oh,
job.
come
We're doing
on.
fantastic.
You can't remember everyone's name.
Storm. Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
Storm again.
Storm again, baby of
We
all.
remember Storm again.
We are the baby's name. How do you know? I speak baby.
Oh god.
I like that episode.
Yeah, just because it's a baby. That was my favorite episode with the new Doctor, though, with the Matt Smith.
Yeah.
That was my favorite episode.
That was
with
your
the
favorite
baby.
episode?
Oh come on, it was fun.
I liked the for me, I like for Matt Smith. My favorite episode would have to be I like the 11th Dog because that's what got me hooked into them. I like the Dogs in Manhattan episode, but I like any other Dalek episode except for this one classic. But But I digress.
What is your favorite episode?
Of what?
In general, like Doctor Who, what you've seen so far.
Oh God! You know, the other night I made a list. I made a list of my 5 favorite episodes of every season. So, for me, series number 1, my top 2 favorite episodes. No, top 3 favorite episodes would have to be Dalek, because that episode was fucking badass.
Is that when they find him in like that war museum that rich guy has, and they have the dog in the basement?
Yeah, that's
okay. All right.
That was a great episode. My favorite part in that entire episode was pretty much the premise of the episode was they Rose and the Doctor they go to this museum run by this like rich American guy who's all like, hey, we have this guy in the basement.
Okay,
Can you go?
didn't it take place in 2012?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Okay, because I always find that interesting when
Yeah.
it crosses our own timeline. It's like, damn it, Bicentennial Man, 2004, we do not have flying cars. Anyway.
But so this douchebag, American douchebag guy is like, hey, we got this creature in the basement. Can you go check him out? He's like, Richard, what are you talking about? He goes, yeah, we got this creature. Can I go check him out? We're doing experiments on him and shit. He goes, all right, here. I don't want you to do anything to harm this guy. I want to go in. So he goes in, and he's like, hey, look, I'm sorry, this guy's being an asshole. Look, I'm here to help you. I'm the Doctor. And this is pause, and you hear da. And he's like, oh shit, are you fucking... There's a look on his face, he's like, are you shitting me? Oh my fucking god, they're still alive. And then that's when they reveal the dog. He's like, exterminate. And he's like, oh my god, they're still alive. And then,
Well, the laser thing was cut off.
yeah, the laser thing was cut off because he was scared the thing was going to kill him because like they thought that he thought that all the dogs were wiped up in the Time War. And then my other favorite part in that episode was the Dalek gets freed by Rose accidentally, and then he starts killing everybody in the museum. And so the Doctor, the rich douchebag secretary, are in his office, and the Dalek's there. After he killed like a whole bunch of people, he starts having this long conversation with the Doctor, and then the Doctor's just all like, "Why don't you just rid the universe of your filth?" He starts like cussing. I'm like, "Why don't you just die?" And there's a pause, and then you hear the Dalek just say, "You would make a good Dalek."
See, like I said, like he's like a war-torn hero.
Yeah, exactly.
He has PTSD. He's basically scarred right there.
Oh yeah,
That's
definitely.
post-traumatic stress syndrome for those who don't get it. They started throwing the acronym out there. I didn't know at first.
Sorry, I'm the doctor.
Robbie is a doctor, so
I'm in med school, not a doctor.
yeah, he's a med school, so he's.
We'll go to massage school.
Whatever,
that doesn't compare at all.
And
it's really good. Sorry.
it's alright. And for like the other ones, I like the "Are You My Mommy" episode and the
that scared the crap out of me.
It's a creepy episode.
But the ending, I love that. He's like hysterical, like everyone lives.
Justice once rose. Everyone lives.
Oh, and I love it when he turns to like the doctor, like the medical doctor guy that was kind of helping the people, and he's like, okay, you might have some people coming back to you that have been healed of some conditions. Just take credit and say that you're a good doctor. Okay, and this woman comes off like, my leg's grown back. What do you mean? It's like, well, I came in with one leg and now I have two. Are you sure you counted right? That was like my favorite part.
Oh, that's great.
Joey's sick.
I'm not. I'm
We have to
not.
kill him before
no.
he spreads it.
Please don't. Can I at least publish this podcast before you kill me?
Man, depends on how people react to it.
And when I was rewatching the show with Ravi, because when I was getting Ravi into the show, we were watching the first series, I totally forgot that Simon Pegg was in Doctor Who.
Oh yeah, like we saw that episode. I was like, it's Simon Pegg.
Because I was like,
it's Max as well.
Because for those of you who don't know who Simon Pegg is, he was the guy from Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, Paul, and he's also Scotty in the new Star Trek movie.
Scotty,
beam me up, Scotty.
No wait, this is Doctor Who. We can't go off track anymore.
We'll do Star Trek another episode.
Okay.
Star Trek's another episode. I totally forgot that. I totally forgot that Simon Pegg was in Doctor Who. I was like, oh my god! And Robbie's like, wait, what's wrong with me? I went, just watch. And Simon Pegg was like, wait. And Simon Pegg comes up, and we're just like, oh my god, Simon Pegg! And then for me, for my favorite, but that's it. So the other day I just did like these. I did make a list of my favorite episodes of each season, like 5 episodes every season. The thing is, though, for one of the Matt Smith seasons, I couldn't find a 5th episode. I felt really bad. I was like,
Which season 6?
ooh, it was either season 6 or season 5. I couldn't decide on a 5th episode. I was like, what do I do here? Because for the David Tennant and the Chris Eccleston seasons, I was able to pick up 5 episodes like that, like in an instant, and then I'm just like, what do I do? I don't know what to do. What do I do?
Whatever.
But for me, I like any episode with the Daleks. Like, Daleks Take Manhattan, Daleks. I like when the Daleks fight the Cybermen. That was awesome. I liked when the Master came in. I liked that episode. I like that trilogy episode. That was pretty cool. I do like Blink. I also like Blink because I bet you if Blink had nothing to do with Doctor Who, it would be a great horror movie.
It would.
Oh
It would.
my.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Do you think so?
Yeah, I'm nodding. Yes.
Yeah, I totally think that if Doctor Who had nothing to do with Blink, that would have been a great horror movie.
That scared the crap out of me.
It
That
was scary.
That was my first episode of Doctor Who that got me hooked, and that's the episode I'll try to show to other people. And I guess just a side note, one of my friends, he wasn't sure about liking Doctor Who,
Mm-hmm.
but he liked Diamond, was that the name of it? When they're on that ship, and you were talking about the enemy you don't see.
Midnight.
Oh, Midnight.
No,
Sorry,
not
the
Midnight.
planet was named Diamond.
Yeah. No, Diamond Falls. Or
Yeah, that was
like
the name of the planet or whatever. But okay. So he liked the psychology behind that episode. But my favorite is Blink, and I will show that to people to get them hooked.
Wait a minute. When you got me hooked, you showed me the first episode, Rose.
Maybe.
Yeah, no, I remember when you got me into Doctor Who. You showed me Rose. You were like, Joey, you gotta watch the show called Doctor Who. I went, what's Doctor Who? You're like, trust me, Joey. It's the next best thing since underwear. And then
I said that.
No.
That's
I'm just
not something I would say.
no. I'm just exaggerating. But you know what I mean. And then so we what?
Screw underwear.
Yeah, screw underwear. Let's watch Doctor Who.
Wait, people wear underwear now?
Yeah. And then you showed me Rose. I was like, this is a pretty good show. Can we watch it? I'm like, yeah, sure. Let's watch it. So I watched an episode. I'm like, this is actually a pretty good show. And then,
2 days later, you finished the whole series.
yeah. Well, not the whole series, but because actually I was watching it. I got into Doctor Who during the Donna Noble season. So because I think I got into Doctor Who like very, very end of high school, early college. So like I think, but like between the summer of high school and college, that's when you got me into Doctor Who.
Okay, I got in my freshman year of college. I'm 2 years older than you. That would be.
Six,
So
7
yeah,
years
like
ago?
your junior, senior year of high school.
So
Mhm.
07, 08, probably.
So
Assuming I got you into it right away.
yeah, you got me into Doctor Who. But then who got? So how did you get into Doctor? How did you get into Doctor Who?
My friend from DePaul,
Right.
who kind of acquires a lot of movies and stuff, he showed me the Doctor Who episode, and I believe he did show me Blink as the first one, and I was hooked. But I started in season 3, so I
Oh,
actually
I
started out
see.
with Martha, and then I went to Rose, and then I went with the ones coming out, like Donna, and then
Yeah.
Nice.
I started earlier in 2012, actually. So
Yeah, I got.
right when Amy's leaving.
And you've seen the whole series.
He
so
did.
you finished off
He
in a
did.
whole year.
He did.
No, I actually finished it off in 2 weeks.
He did.
Nerd.
He did.
No,
Hey.
Joe, I started in 2000.
Did you get bed sores on your ass? I need to ask you.
No, but my patients did.
Hey.
No, like Joey showed it to me. Like I saw the first episode. I'm like, it's good, but I'm not in the mood right now. And then like I was like watching like an episode a month or something, and I'm like, and then finally I'm like, oh, it's a good show, but I'm not hooked yet. You know, like I need something good to happen. So then one day Joey comes to my house, and then he's like, okay, we're sitting you down and we're watching like episode after episode. I'm like, okay, we did that.
We're watching it on Netflix.
Yeah, we were not watching it on Netflix, and then we were like, okay, fine, I'll watch it. I think it was by the time. What episode was it? The Are You My Mummy episode.
Oh,
by
yeah.
by that time, after I watched that episode, I was hooked. Like that's when, like, remember? Yeah, like,
Oh my god.
yeah, like,
Talk about another horror episode. Jeez.
yes, and that was like a late. That was in like September. That's when you showed me that episode.
I'm yelling "mommy" just to annoy the crap out of you guys, but apparently I'm failing.
I'll punch you later for that. Yeah, but no, that's the episode you showed me, and then I'm like, okay, that was a badass episode, and then that's when I got hooked, and then David Tennant came in, and he's my favorite Doctor, and then one after another, like I just basically watched the whole series in 2 weeks.
Oh yeah,
After that.
that's my boy.
I ignored you like 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, Joey, I want to sleep, but I can't because I still have the next episode to watch.
I'm like, I got nothing but Doctor Who texts from Ravi for like the last couple for a couple of weeks.
I'm like, I want to sleep, but they won't let me.
Doctor Who won't let me. It's like, well, just tell him you'll go see him tomorrow morning or something. I don't know.
They won't listen to me.
The voices in my head won't stop. The drumming won't stop.
It won't stop. It won't stop.
Sorry, I just had to.
What was your favorite episode?
Yeah, what's your favorite episode, Amanda?
The Blink.
Oh,
Yeah,
Blink.
Blink. I still have to stay with that because it doesn't really have the Doctor. It follows someone else, but it's very innovative. You can still think about it all you want, and in the end of the episode, it's like, oh, that's how he got the pamphlet. Oh wait, he goes back in time by accident, so the angels got loose somehow. How did they get loose? They're about. Like, there's that whole loose end there if you actually think about it.
Yeah.
You know?
All right, I think we're. Hold on one second. Wait, hold on one second. I think I gotta think of something really quickly. Hold on one second. And but yeah. So pretty much your favorite episode was Blink. Then. How about you, Robbie?
Girl in the Fireplace.
Girl in the Fireplace.
Yeah.
That's
Girl in
one
the
of my
Fireplace.
favorites. Yeah.
That's a good one.
And that's my favorite.
That's a really good one. I'm the doctor. I just pumped and I just.
I just invented bananas. Banana
I
pudding.
just smoked. What was that word? Madame La Pompadour.
Yeah,
I just mugged up Madame the Pompadour. I can't say Madame. Damn it, I can't say
Madame Pompadour.
I can't say that.
Madame La Pompadour.
I remember in back when I was at school, in one of my design history classes, we were talking about like famous paintings, and they had a painting of because Madame Pompadour was a real person,
Yeah.
and
Yes, Joey. We all went to school.
well, there might be some people out there who don't know. They'll be like, there's probably one person who doesn't know who the heck is Madame Pompadour.
Either way.
So they were like, all right, so here's a painting of Madame Pompadour. Now, quick note: who here watches Doctor Who? Only me and one other person raised their hand. I was like, oh, because it was a big room. It was one of those. It was one of those lecture hallways. So it was like one of those
Was this in college or high school?
college. This is college. So
Ah, okay.
this was like it was a big room, and only me and one other person raised their hand. I was like, oh, and they're like, yeah, well, okay. It's like, well, okay, so that's Madame Pompadour. That's that girl in the fireplace episode. I was like, oh, cool, yay. But yeah, that was that's a good episode. That's a really good episode. So, are you guys? So, from what you guys hear about the new companion, are you guys excited for the finishing of the 7th season or no?
Oh, I haven't heard jack. Jeez.
No,
I haven't looked into it, honestly.
you just want to be surprised.
Well, I was kind of at first concentrating on avoiding any spoilers about the Christmas episode,
Oh,
Christmas
okay.
special, and sadly, I've yet to see it.
All right. Oh
Same
yeah.
here. Yeah.
Okay. Am I the only person who saw the new Christmas special then?
Yes,
Yeah.
you do spoilers, we will pummel you.
Okay. I won't say
We
anything.
will flog you.
Yeah.
I know it's about snowmen. That's all I know.
Okay. All right. Well,
Yeah.
yeah. I won't say anything because I don't want to spoil anything to you guys.
Well, Calvin and Hobbes, they did good snowmen.
They did. I did. I remember that. Calvin, I have to go to work.
Anyway,
I think that wraps up for this episode of MoJoPod. Thank you all for joining us on this wonderfully wibbly wobbly timey wimey episode of Doctor Who. I'm Joseph.
Amanda.
And Robbie.
Have a wonderful evening, and remember, bananas.